Hi, my friends, and welcome to Storytime for the week of February 21st, 2021. My name is Miss April, and I am the youth librarian at Janaden Hutton Public Library. I offer these weekly story times every week. You can find them on our Facebook page, our webpage at janadenlibrary.org, or at our very own YouTube channel. Just search Janaden Hutton Public Library in YouTube, and you will find all of the videos that I have offered there. We're the only Janaden Hutton Public Library in the world, so you can't miss us. Today, we are going to talk about reading. Yeah, reading, I know. Reading at Storytime, that's what we do, isn't it? But did you know that there are little things that you might be doing as you're learning to read at home? There's something called environmental print. You might not be able to spell the word McDonald's, but I bet you know every McDonald's store you drive by, every McDonald's restaurant that you drive by because of their golden arches, right? That's environmental print. There's also pictures in your picture books that give you clues to what your book is about. I'm going to show you the book we're going to read today, and we're going to look for some of those clues before we sing our first song, okay? So, today's book is How Rocket Learned to Read. What could that be about? Looking at the pictures. Well, I bet you think it's about a dog and maybe a duck, and maybe they like books. We see all that, don't we? And you're correct. You're correct. The duck is going to help the dog learn to read, and we're going to read that in just a minute. But first, we're going to sing a song about pictures in our books. It's called Pictures, Pictures in My Book, and it's to the tune of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And I'm ready. Are you? Pictures, pictures in my book are important. Take a look. My two eyes can help me read just by looking carefully. Pictures, pictures in my book are important. Take a look. Do you want to sing that one more time? Maybe you can sing it with me. Pictures, pictures in my book are important. Take a look. My two eyes can help me read just by looking carefully. Pictures, pictures in my book are important. Take a look. Very good. Are you ready to read How Rocket Learned to Read? I'm going to turn my camera just a bit. All right. How Rocket Learned to Read by Tad Hills. Rocket loved to play. He loved to chase leaves and chew sticks. He loved to listen to the birds sing. Do you see him finding his stick? And I'm betting this is Rocket, right? There he is. What's he doing there? Every fall morning after chasing leaves, Rocket would lie down in his favorite spot under his favorite tree. There he'd sniff the neighborhood smells and settle in for a good nap. But one day, something different happened. A little yellow bird startled Rocket. "Aha! My first student! Wonderful!" she sang. Rocket was confused. "Student? I'm not a... But if I'm your teacher," the bird interrupted, "then you must be my student." Rocket found it hard to argue with that. There's a chalkboard. There's a chalkboard there. The chalkboard says class starts today. I am so glad you saw my sign," the bird chirped. "Oh, yes, I can see it," Rocket said. "But I don't know how to read." "Can't read? Fantastic!" She waved a wing. "Welcome to my classroom. "But I just came here to nap," Rocket said. "No, no, there will be no napping in class," declared the bird, "except, of course, during nap time." "Well then, I can take a nap over here," said Rocket. "I've had a very busy morning." "Not to worry, I'll be around every day," chirped the bird, "until the weather turns." Oh. Do you see anything familiar in that picture? Maybe you see the alphabet? As Rocket breathed in the crisp air, the little yellow bird hung her banner. "Oh, the wondrous, mighty, gorgeous alphabet," she marveled, "where it all begins." Reading begins with the alphabet. Opening up a book, the bird began to read. She sang out the story of an unlucky dog named Buster who'd lost his favorite bone. There's Rocket. A cool breeze carried her lively voice across the yard. At first, Rocket was disturbed. He just wanted to nap. But before long, he found himself captivated. To Rocket, the story was as delicious as earthy smells of fall. It was exciting as chasing leaves. He closed his eyes and listened to every word. As Buster dug and dug under the lilac bush, the bird read, he felt something familiar. Rocket waited. Was it the bone? He wondered. Silence. Was it the bone? He called to the bird. More silence. So look, he's getting up. He's going over there. Was it the bone? Rocket hollered. Suddenly he was rushing to the tree. Well, was it? He's got to know. But the little bird was gone. Do you see her? She's gone. The next morning, Rocket arrived early. At last, the little yellow bird appeared. "Hello, how wonderful to see you in class," she chirped. "I can tell by your waggy tail that you are well rested." "I'd like to hear the end of the story, please," said Rocket. "That seems like a fine way to start the day," chirped the bird. She gave Rocket a name tag. See it? And she began to read. Every day, Rocket returned to the little yellow bird's classroom. In the morning, the bird taught him a new letter until he had learned all of the wondrous, mighty, gorgeous alphabet. See the first, probably the second letter he learned? Do you see the picture? Do you see a butterfly, which is a B sound? Which is the letter B that a butterfly starts with. Together they sang out the sounds that each letter makes and spelled the sounds they heard around them with a G and many R's. They spelled Mr. Barker's growl. There's Mr. Barker. Growl. A G and many R's. Do you see the G and many R's? Grr. They spelled the sound of the wind, which was growing colder by the day. There's the sound of the wind. Whoosh. Soon they were spelling words like F-A-L-L, fall, for the gusty time of year, and R-E-D, red, for the color of the leaves. And each afternoon, the bird read a story. She read stories about dogs and birds. She read about leaves changing colors and about birds flying south for the winter. They'll be back soon. Then one day the weather turned and the letter banner disappeared. "See you again in the glorious spring," the bird sang. As she flew into the wintry sky, she called, "Don't forget, words are built one letter at a time." She's telling Rocket. Words are built one letter at a time. The days grew shorter and the leaves fell from the trees. The grass became crunchy, like it is outside right now, all the snow. Soon Rocket's classroom disappeared under the snow. He remembered the little yellow bird's alphabet, and he practiced his letters. See him there? Drawing his letters in the snow. Rocket thought about the bird's sweet chirp while he sounded out words like D-I-G, D-I-G, D-I-G. What's he doing? Dig. Good. And W-I-N-D, 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 wind. And C-O-L-D. What do you think K-O-O-D is? Yeah. Cold. He made new friends and spelled their names. Hello, E-M-M-A, Emma. Hi there, F-R-E-D, Fred. Fred. He spelled everything. Sun, S-U-N. Melt, M-E-L-T. When Rocket spelled M-U-D, what is M-U-D? You see it? M-U-D. Mud. When he spelled mud, he knew that spring, as it always does, had returned. The breeze blew warmer, the grass grew greener, and a sign appeared. And the sign says, class starts tomorrow. Early the next morning, Rocket rushed to his classroom. As he waited, he spelled W-A-G. Wag. Soon the little bird arrived. Aha! My star student, she sang. How wonderful to see you. I can tell by your waggy tail that you are ready for class. The sign says, welcome back, Rocket. Then together they began to read. They read stories about birds flying north in the spring. They read about picnics in the warm sun. And they read about Buster, the lucky dog who found his bone under the lilac bush. And when they were done, they read it again and again. And A-G-A-I-N, again. And that's how Rocket learned to read. He learned all the letter sounds, and then he put them together one letter at a time. And we also learn that way, and we learn with pictures in our book. Like the teacher drew the picture of the butterfly and showed Rocket what a bee looks like, butterfly. We have one more song, then we're going to make a craft. It's called Are You Ready? It is a sing and repeat song, so I will sing and then you repeat what I just sang at home. Are you ready? That's what it's called. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for a book? For a book. Reading is so much fun. Reading is so much fun. Take a look. Take a look. One more time. Are you ready? Are you ready for a book? For a book. Reading is so much fun. Reading is so much fun. Take a look. Take a look. Very good. Do you know what we're going to make today for a craft? You don't yet, do you? We are going to make our very own picture book. And I will show you. Hopefully I can get it to come in. My page says April's Picture Book. April's Picture Book. Because I am April and this is my book. And I will show you I took every letter of my name, A-P-R-I-L, and put them on a page. And then I drew my very own pictures. So I'm going to show you how I did that today. And then you at home can make your own very own picture book. And your parent, grown up at home, can help you decide what other words begin, what other things begin with the letters in your name. All right, so all you need for this craft today is paper, scissors, some coloring utensils. I have, or implements, instruments, whatever you want to call them. I have colored pencils and a stapler. That's all I need. All right, let's get started and I'll show you how I built my book. There are many ways to do this. You could use whole pages of paper. I don't need to do that. I like having a little picture book. Camera's not being very helpful today, is it? April's picture book. I like having a little one. So what I did was I folded my page in half lengthwise. It's in half lengthwise. And then I'm going to fold it into 3 parts. They don't have to be even because we're going to cut every page. So I folded a little bit up. See how I folded a little bit up? And then I'm going to fold it up again. And see, I have a little hanging off there. Doesn't matter. We're cutting it off to be even. And I am going to cut every fold. I don't think there's any on the bottom. No. 3 cuts, up, across, and down with my scissors. So that I will have 6 pages here because there are 5 letters in my name and I want a page on the front and then the 5 pages for my name. But you will need the number of pages for your name. So if you have more than 6 letters, you might need to do 2 pieces of paper if you choose to cut them, okay? All right, let's see where we are. And I'm going to just trim this a little bit because it's a bit messy. There we go. Now, I have 6 individual little pieces of paper for my book, and I'm going to staple it to give it a binding. If you don't have a stapler at home, not a problem. You can use paper clips. You can glue it together. You can put tape on the edge and on the inside. You could punch a hole in it and put string through it. There are many ways to bind your book. Don't worry if you don't have one at home. And I'm going to write the title of my book on my front page, which for me is April's picture book because it belongs to me. And your grown-up at home can help you write that if you are not already writing. April's picture book. So you could make your own. If my friend Gentry's watching, she could be making Gentry's picture book. She would need 7 pages because I believe there are 6 letters in Gentry. All right, on the first page, I'm going to put the first letter in my name, which for me is A for April. And then I'm going to think about something that begins with the letter A. And I believe that an apple begins with the letter A. So I'm going to draw an apple. And I'm going to give it a stem because apples have stems. And maybe a little leaf. And I'm going to color in my apple very quickly. It's okay if I don't make it perfect because it's art. And art is wonderful the way it is. All right, there is my A apple page. The second letter in my name is P. So I have my little one I already did here to help me with what I'm doing. Going to put a P on my page, and my most favorite thing to eat, other than just cheese, because I love cheese, starts with P, and it is pizza. I love pizza. So I am going to draw a slice of pizza on my page. Yes, I am. Do you like pizza at home? What do you like on your pizza? Pepperoni? Yeah, I like pepperoni too. Although I do like pineapple and ham pizza. Good stuff. And I'm gonna put some pepperoni on mine because guess what? Pepperoni also starts with a P. So I'm drawing pepperoni pizza. 2 P's. Yes, please. Yummy pizza. So there is my P and my slice of pepperoni pizza. The next letter, this one's the one that takes the longest, in my name is an R. And I'm going to put an R on my page. And I'm going to draw something that begins with an R, something you see after it rains and the sun comes out. It's beautiful and there are many colors in it. Yeah, I'm going to draw a rainbow. I am. And I'm going to just draw a quick one. Hopefully. So I've got red in my rainbow. Do you know the colors in your rainbow? The first one is red. And the second one is orange. And the third color in the rainbow is yellow. So we've got red, orange, yellow. The next color in the rainbow, I'll have to show you in just a second as soon as I get my yellow colored in here, is green. Put some green in our rainbow. And after the green, we have blue. And our final color in the rainbow is violet. You can call it purple if you'd like. Same color, 2 names. And that's my R and my rainbow. The fourth letter in my name is the hardest one, I thought, to think of something that starts with. It's an I. But the body part I does not begin with the letter I. But it's cold outside and I'm inspired by snow. And an igloo begins with the letter I. So, igloos are where Eskimos live in all the books you see. They're built out of ice, which also begins with the letter I. I'm going to draw an igloo. They're like little huts made out of ice. So I am going to draw my ice blocks on my igloo. There is my letter I and my igloo. And finally, the last letter in my name. This is the hardest one for me to actually draw because I'm not an excellent artist, but that's okay. I don't have to be. The last letter in my name, L. April ends in L. And something that might start with a sound is a lion. So I'm going to draw, or try to draw, a lion. All right. Gonna draw his little face. Give him some eyes. And a nose. And let's see what else we could do. Oh, and a mane, because lions have manes, right? Big spiky manes. So that, can you see that? It's so hard to, with these cameras. I'm so sorry. There we go. I tilted it. See my little lion? Now we have to give him some more of a face, right? So I'm going to put a little black dot for his eyes. And I'm going to give him a little black nose. And maybe a little bit of tracing there with the black too. A red tongue sticking out maybe. And then I'm going to lightly shade his face with my brown crayon. Yep. And, oh, maybe there's some orange in his mane. So I'm going to put some orange in his mane. Yep. Almost done. Some orange in his mane, and we're going to put a little bit of red in his mane because lions have more than just one shade in their hair, right? Maybe a little brown. And then we'll be all finished with our name picture books. And there, boys and girls. Do you see it? My lion. Yeah, there's my lion. And that's my book. April's picture book. I have A, apple. Oh my goodness, there it goes. And P, pepperoni pizza. And R, rainbow. And I, igloo. And then finally, L, lion. And that's my picture book. If you make the craft with me today, I would love to see it. You can send pictures of it to me at my email, april@janadenlibrary.org. You can post them to our Facebook page, or you can send them through Facebook Messenger. Or if you come by the library, you can bring it with you. I would absolutely love to see your craft today. If you need supplies, I can help you with that. Just give me a call, 740-254-9224, and I will put together a packet for you. I hope you've enjoyed story time today. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.